Hey, how are y'all doing? Marshmallow Man, Stanslow, good to see you. Hope y'all are having a good day, evening. It's Tuesday, almost middle of the week. Anaconda, Daniel, good to see you. How are y'all doing? I sent out some invites. We'll see if anybody shows up. See what happens. So have y'all been seeing all these headlines? And I don't know, because I'm looking like, wait, maybe they're just sending, maybe I'm just seeing these things because of things that I've been looking into about hey Chad, how are you?
Hey, I don't know if my camera are going to tell me it's broke.
Oh, you're fine. You don't have to have your camera. Let's do it. Good to see you. Solar heat tape works too good. That's good. I keep getting these headlines saying that America has no more values and morals. And I'm wondering if it's because I keep looking up motivational things, or you know how when you're talking about something and your phone starts popping up all these ads?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it anymore. It's like it's nothing. Sometimes it's no answer is better than what they give you anymore. Hey, Stans. Hey, it's still. Yeah, I was sitting in here. I just messaged you. I wasn't going to say nothing. But I figured I didn't know if you forgot or.
Oh, because I was a little late. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Only I'm allowed to do that. You can't be late. You're supposed to be prompt. You're that control. I'm the fuck up, not you.
Oh, we all have moments.
Did you hear the Prepping 101 got his big channel taken down?
Yes.
Just woke up. No reason. One nothing. Just nope.
Yep. I saw something today. Oh, I was watching Hawk, and his Facebook. I guess he was showing the thing on Facebook while he was showing it on YouTube, and they took it down and said because of sexual content or something, and it was absolutely, I don't even know how they could have gotten that out of what was being discussed.
Hey,
It
Chris.
was
That's weird and stuff. Now they say you can't share other social media names or nothing on YouTube anymore.
wow.
Huh?
Wait, what? Did you just
You can't share other social media stuff. Like you can't talk about Twitter stuff or put a post or a link or all that.
on
Yes.
YouTube?
Yep.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Well, um, that's kind of weird because I have one to share, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't really, me, I don't really care what they do anymore. Whether they can't hurt me. So. Hey, Lane.
Tomcats World. Okay, cool. Thank you, Crystal. Hi, Lane. So is everybody freezing to death? I think we're going to start getting warmer again, but
Yeah, it's supposed to be like lows in the next few days. So into next week, Wednesday or something, we're going to get 60s and 70s in the day, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
40s in the lows.
Yeah, 40s and 50 lows.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get out and get some white perch.
Hey, Bruce. Oh, wow. Dave Hodges' channel was taken down. Also, no reason. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to start trying to. I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of channels getting taken down.
Yeah, Crystal, that's a little lesson we've been having. That's cold.
Yes. North Carolina.
I heard the tremble in your voice when I said, when I was talking about working that warehouse in Ohio when I was a kid, negative
Yes.
35. You're like, whoa. Anything you take
No,
boiling
I would have been.
anything you take boiling hot coffee and throw it in here and it freezes solid before it hits the ground. Yeah, that's cold.
Yes. I'm not ready to be an ice cube yet. Excuse me.
Hey, David.
Hey, David. Really? David saying he had to resub to me 3 times already in the last few days. Well, Chuck and I were looking at analytics yesterday, and that's something I usually don't do. I can't remember what I was trying to figure out how to do, but he was walking me through it.
Oh, take that monetized shit coffee stuff.
Oh, that's right. The buy me a coffee. Remove that.
Hey, Crystal, you're welcome anytime. Yeah, Crystal subjects to Tomcat. I don't know if you know who that is. I'm a friend of mine.
Yes, I think I'm sub to him.
I think I met him over at
Rescue?
no, it was Madman, Mad Shad.
Oh, okay. I know I've seen the name.
Probably Shad's. You go over to Shad's every now and then, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I like the axe game.
Yeah, his version of tic tac toe.
Yes. 32 in Arkansas. Whoa.
Yeah, we ought to have a game like that. Help Potato find his brain, but that'd be impossible, so nobody ever win.
Gotta have one to find it.
Yeah. It's at Dairy Queen.
Stand, you're warmer than me. Or are y'all talking highs or lows? I don't know. I mean, right now it's 40 something.
Stans, I think, is in Texas. I'm not sure where he's at. He must be way south.
Or west. Yeah, it's saying
Ooh,
40 here.
-7 in Alberta.
Oh my goodness.
That'll make you brown eye blue.
Hey,
Hey,
Garrett.
Garrett.
Yeah, I don't like the negatives at all. When we got down to 5 degrees that time, I was just like, oh. And then, especially when the power went off, it was what? Get in the bed, have your coat on, your boots, your socks, your everything, and throw blankets over you, and you're still freezing. And
Hey, BP, long time no see.
broken. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know how the people up north do it. Y'all are some thick-blooded, tough people. That's all I could say.
I remember about the third year I was up there when I moved up there before I met Vicky. And I was at a house party. And then when I got off work, I went straight out work and I took a shower and had some shorts on. I slipped on a flannel shirt jacket. It was middle of December, January. I can't remember when it was, but it was below zero. I went out wearing a pair of house shoes, shorts with a flannel shirt jacket. Was outside for a good while like that. When I went in the house, my hair was froze solid.
Yep.
I was stupid, but I was drinking enough Jack. I had enough antifreeze in me. I wouldn't have got nothing. I would have caught a cold.
Hey, 420, good to see you. Can't stand the cold. That's why I live in Phoenix. And Stans is south of Midland. So yeah, it's west. Stans alone, are you seeing a lot of craziness in that area? Just curious. I bet the divorce rate is really low up north. Do you think that has anything to do with it? Do you think?
Yeah, they don't want to sleep by themselves. That's extra heat.
I know. That's what I'm saying. maybe that's a good thing. Not yet. Good deal. I'm not here either. And I'm probably about 2 hours from you. Krista lived in northern Michigan for a few years. Took the southern weather any day. Yeah.
Eric.
Hey, Eric. Good to see you.
You did better than I was doing on my live yesterday. Hell, you done passed me after being on for an hour and a half. I think I topped out at like 20. I think they got me so screwed down that they're not putting out my my lives and stuff.
25 to 35 tons of white. Whoa.
A lot of snow.
Yes. See, I cannot imagine shoveling snow. I don't. I'd be one of those. Do a few scoops and fall over.
Hell, before I'd go to work when I was younger, I'd hit about 5 or 6 driveways around me with a couple other people. We'd make a couple $100 and split it between us in an hour before we went to work, just shoveling people out so they could leave to go to work.
Hey, Annie, Jack. Good to see you.
Hey, Andy.
So that's what I was going to say when we were looking at the analytics. I noticed that my subs dropped like 10 to 20. I don't know. It was a pretty good drop. And I thought, well, it's probably because I haven't been going live as often.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As I told you, that stupid video I put up there about the blue pill, and I got 3,500 views, and something that's informative and get 5.
Yeah. Chuck's video where he's making a homemade Berkey. Is that what it's called, a Berkey?
Yeah.
And low views on it, but then put up something
Stupid
silly.
about Viagra.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I think it's got a lot to do with what you put in the title.
And it probably does. And so that's all my titles are songs. I already have one. Well, no, I won't do the title. I'm going to play the song after a while, but just because I love it. And it's has meaning to it. So when we were backstage at Indies last night, I forgot Indy was live, and right after you ended, well, after we all left backstage, she asked me if I could come up, and so I went over there, and we were talking backstage, and she was asking, "So, what's your plans?" And I said, "I keep seeing all these articles that America's lost the values and morals." And so I was like, is that something taught, or is it something that you learn by example, behavior? So what do you think? Did I lose you?
Me? No, I'm here.
You think it's
I'm not sure. I think it's YouTube messing with people, and they're starting to hammer everybody.
the link in case anyone wants to join us?
We get up here and start talking about pink hair and fingernails and stuff like that, and probably get a whole bunch of attention.
But that's just it. If we're not doing like work ethic, if if our kids are growing up, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. That's what I was like. I need help with this one because I don't understand it. I kind of had it confused with manners, but values, and and then there's probably so many names for it, but um, just that feeling of patriotism that you have for your country, or the right from wrong. You know what's right and wrong, and so a lot of people will put that as um, Christian because of the Bible telling us what's right or wrong, or that's true. It's instant gratification is what they're looking for. And but the reason I'm asking that is because I'm teaching a 5-year-old, and I have a 21-year-old, and I have a 27-year-old, and then I have a just turned 40-year-old. So it's so values can be different for everybody, right?
What is it?
Values can be different for everybody.
Yeah,
Some people's values would be different than other people.
just have to be decent values alone. Otherwise, they're I call them immoralities. But
And then, so aren't they kind of the same thing, values and morals?
yeah, pretty much.
When you just don't go out and shoot people or you,
Yeah, like as long as you ain't hurting anybody, kids or elderly or something, then pretty much whatever. And I,
okay, so
and I don't need to see your what you got under your dress.
yes,
whether you're him or her.
Right?
I don't have to accept it, understand it, or none of that.
No. So I looked it up, morals, and it says a lesson, especially one concerning what is right or prudent, that can be derived from a story, a piece of information, or an experience. Oh, that's the moral of the story. Okay, that's not it. A person's standards of behaviors or beliefs concerning what is and is not acceptable for them to do. The corruption of public morals. It's funny how they put that at the very end of it. So I remember, do you remember hearing check yourself?
Yeah.
When that was a thing that
Yeah.
somebody would be saying something. And so that was another thing I was thinking about too is whenever we're up here on a panel, I love to have debates. And some people call it arguments, but that's not what it is. A debate is when you're explaining two sides of something and you're listening and
Yeah, it becomes an argument when tempers flare.
right. But a debate makes you think of different views, like, oh, okay, I can look at it that way. I can look at it. It's like stepping in someone else's shoes and seeing what. Hey, Ark Wild Man, good to see you.
Hey, Art.
Tomcats World, good to see you. Thank you for sending people over. Oh, hey, Broken Patriot.
Hey, everybody.
Sorry I didn't see you down there. I didn't hear
That's
the
all right.
beep.
I've been busy packing all day.
Are you moving?
At the end of the year,
Goodness, it's a bad time to move.
well, it's perfect time if you live where I live. It's not 100 and Satan's butt crack hot.
Well, true.
My daughter moved in August and she was wanting me to help, and I'm like, no. I'm old, fat, and I got a bad heart. I don't go out when it's over 100.
Yeah.
Something's going on with my computer here. I just now, it just kicked me out. It popped
Okay.
up. The thing popped up, said something about my camera, and the next thing you know, I looked and I was gone.
Yeah. And it said no connection.
Good old computer problems. I have them all the time.
I understand Tomcats World.
Hey, Tom.
Appreciate you being here.
But yeah, we're moving closer to my wife's work.
Okay.
She's a nurse and driving 35 miles home after working a double shift. No.
Yeah.
I lost my third wife, but I don't want to lose the fourth one.
Oh my goodness.
My wife said, I'm going to go get her. She calls me from work and I go get her.
Well, I would do that, but I can't drive when it's dark.
Nah, she drives her own car.
After my second stroke, I can drive just fine during the day, but at night the headlights seem like they're, a freaking floodlight off
Yes.
of a ship, and it just blinds me.
Cop lights do that. If I'm anywhere around them blue ones, I can't see even headlights ground bright coming towards me in the damn blue lights.
Yes. Any of the emergency vehicles, I can't. So are they all halogen or what's?
No, they're LED strobe lights and just too damn bright.
Yes.
It's the level of blue. It's something because they had a cable box here a few years ago and it had that blue ring on it. And that thing there, I'd see it. It looked like something for the Olympics or something because it'd be look like 5 little interlocking rings. And it was only one to me, but that blue would do that every time.
Oh, that's freaking crazy.
It's all of them with me. I can't stand the flashing lights and the headlights. It's not so bad if I'm in a town or a city where it's already all lit up, but on the country roads out here, that's where it's bad. And I think
Well,
that's why we're having so many head-ons out here. Is
I don't know how it is where everybody else lives, but I live in Phoenix. Phoenix is massive and it's lit up everywhere. And
well,
yet people want to have headlights that, you could do surgery a mile away in a cave. How bright these headlights are.
Yeah, you can read the paper at midnight from the lights coming at you.
Yeah, and it's like, seriously, you don't need headlights that bright, or these lifted trucks where they don't adjust the headlights.
yeah,
Because Phoenix,
Yeah,
well, Arizona doesn't have height limit laws like most states do. So we have
I don't.
trucks running around Phoenix that are sitting, 5 feet off the ground,
Mm-hmm.
which
I'll
it
smoke real
it
quick. I'll be back.
it looks cool, but you need to
Okay.
adjust your headlights. If your headlights are
Yeah.
shining above my car, it's crazy.
We don't have the height limit here either, I don't think, because we got a lot of. I've seen monster trucks on the highway and everything.
Yeah, we have a Jeep over on the west side of Phoenix. It's got 54-inch tall tires on it. And
Wow.
what's funny, he has a little bitty, like low profile tire as the spare. Like his spare tire, you could fit inside the rim on the Jeep.
And if he puts that on there, it's gonna jack up his whole vehicle.
Well, it's just for like a joke. Like he's got this great big huge monster truck Jeep,
Oh, okay.
this little bitty spare tire. But yeah, we're moving 3 miles away from my wife's job. We've already signed the papers and everything. First floor, no stairs, parking right outside the front door. Nobody
Good.
above us, and the place is a hot tub. We've lived
Okay.
at this apartment complex for 3 years with no hot tub. Our old apartment complex had a hot tub.
Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Stay
Yeah, but
long. It's some
trying to
coffee.
pack everything up to move, oh my God, it sucks. It's like, all right, are we going to use this or are we going to use this? I've taken all of our dishes and like, all right, it's me and my wife. So we got 3 big plates, 3 small plates, 3 forks, 3 knives, 3 spoons. And I haven't even started on my studio here. I ain't even started. This is going to
Yeah.
take a whole like 2 or 3 trips in our car to move all this stuff.
Oh goodness.
Well,
Well,
because
that's
I've got a 50-inch TV back there and an entertainment center under it and a futon over here. And that's just behind me. I got a whole closet full of shit here,
yeah.
because it's like, oh, here's a good deal on a used computer. And I go and pick it up, and it's like, I think I got 5 computers in my closet. Why? I have no idea. Well, one of them I'm going to turn into a server
Yeah.
since
Well, we.
I just lost all of my videos that I made on this channel. I've been saving every single one of them, and now I got to go back and resave them because my external hard drive crashed.
Oh no.
So I got to go and put all those videos back on it, remake all of my intros. Oh, I was like, are you shitting me?
That's a lot of work.
It's just doing the intros is probably an hour for each one, and I have like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Because I just get, I don't know, annoyed when you
Thank
watch the
you, Ann.
same channel for years and they've had the same intro the whole time.
That's me. And
Yeah,
I keep saying,
that's understandable. I'm talking channels with like 20, 30, 40,000, or even a million subscribers.
yeah,
They got the same intro. It's like, come on.
but I keep asking everybody, okay, are y'all tired of the intro yet? Because it's been a long time that I've been using it, 2 years almost. And no, don't change it. And I said, okay. I
All
let the
right.
chat decide, and they said,
You gotta do what the fans want.
that's right.
I'm finally getting my wife into making videos. She was always like, I'm never gonna make a video. Well, I got her fifth one on my computer now.
You stay safe, Tomcats World. Thank you for coming by.
Oh man. I am so tired of packing and being sick. I've been sick since I got back from Ohio in September.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the doctors are like, here, try this medicine, try this medicine, try this medicine. Go and get blood work, get more blood work. I'm like, I'm tired of getting poked and prodded with blood work.
And they still don't know what it is.
No, I just feel absolutely exhausted all the time. No matter how much coffee or anything I drink, I'm just wore out.
And it's not your heart.
No, heart's perfectly fine. I had a stress test done and almost died on the treadmill because my cardiologist was like, we need you to do a treadmill instead of a nuclear test, which a nuclear test you do in the hospital.
Yes.
They shoot you up and your heart goes zing and
Yes.
everything's fine. I like that feeling because I used to be a big drug user, 30 years ago, and I like
Oh,
that mad rush. But me trying to run my 6 foot tall, 300-pound ass on a treadmill, screw that.
yeah. My mother just had the chemical one done, and well, not just. It's been about a year or so, and she said, "I will never do that again."
Yeah. Well, I don't mind the nuclear test, but running on a treadmill, and I have a treadmill in my living room, but I don't
Hmm.
run on it. I walk on it. And
Right.
somebody with a bad heart, as bad as mine, stage 4 congestive heart failure, you don't want them running.
It seems like, yeah, it seems like they wouldn't even request that of you.
Well, he's all like, wanting to be proactive. And what's really funny is my daughter works for him. And my daughter loves like Starbucks coffee drinks, the ones that come in a can.
Hmm.
And every time he walks past her desk and she has one of those, he will take it and drop it in the trash can. And I was like, does he realize how much those damn things cost?
Yeah.
She was like, I'm gonna give me one of those little fake can covers to slide over it. And
I
yes, I
know.
wish I could take a bunch of herbs, but with my medicine, there's so much stuff that I can't take. I can't have
Yeah.
anything with citric acid. I can't have anything with high B vitamins in it because it messes with oh thyroid. Yeah, I've had that checked too. That was the first thing. Oh, let's check your thyroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's coming back fine, but I'm like, then why am I tired? Like I could sleep 20 hours a day. That's not me. Anybody that's subscribed to my channel knows that that's not me. I'm the guy that's putting out a video at 3 o'clock in the morning or putting out 20 in one day. Now I'm like, oh, I haven't did a video in a couple days. I better put a video up. Even though my new editing software, oh my God, it's got AI on it. And
Oh,
it's amazing. You literally tell it what you want it to do, and it does it.
And you're okay with that?
Oh yeah,
I
I
have a
know.
problem with that.
I know a lot of people are all terrified of smart stuff and AI and stuff, but me, if it makes my badass life easier, then so be it. Like my car, there's a little orange light that comes on in the mirror if a car is in my blind spot. I don't have to turn around and try to look over the seat or anything. I just glance at the mirror. If the light ain't on, I change lanes.
Well, yeah, I kind of like that feature in the side mirror
And
because
the adaptive cruise control,
almost
I love that.
I don't use the cruise control. Will not
I
use the cruise control.
I use it all the time.
I want to be in
Ma-
control.
Mainly because of the extra gas mileage. The radio in my car, it's a big screen, and it's got a thing on there that tells you every 2 minutes what your gas mileage was uh, in those past 2 minutes. And the car's supposed to get like 35 miles a gallon, but going to Ohio when we were going across Texas, I was getting 65, 70 out of it. Just cruising like 65 miles an hour. Everybody flying past me because, it's Texas and nobody knows what speed limit is in Texas.
No, they don't. Hi, Jen. It's good to see you. And so that's why we have such horrible wrecks. They act like it's the Opon or something, and it's not.
Yeah. And Bruce, my blood work comes back absolutely fine.
And
What sucks though is every time I have to have it done, which they want me to get it done like at least once a month, I have to fast for 24 hours.
you have a good night, Crystal. Thank you for coming in.
And it's like, I like to eat. I mean, hell, I started up a cooking channel. I haven't made a video on it yet, but I started up a cooking channel. I wasn't going to do it here because my kitchen here sucks, but the kitchen in a new place is amazing. I've never seen so many cabinets in a kitchen in an apartment in my life. I've got 16 upper cabinets,
Oh my
counting the
goodness.
big ones and the small ones. There's like 6 or 7 drawers in there. And I'm like, what am I going to put in all these damn drawers? And it's
I'm
all white cabinets and everything. It's all lit up. And I'm like, man, I love this. And it's actually smaller square footage than the place we're in now.
Cool. Do you take the uh, baby aspirin, or I guess they make them now for
Yeah, I take baby aspirin and
just
11 other pills every single day.
yeah.
It sucks. Because then I have to take pills to counteract the side effects of the other pills that I take.
Can you smoke pot?
Yes, yes, I
I
do
hear
that.
there's
I
one
do
that's
that a lot. And my daughter's like, Dad, I'm like, hey, it makes me feel good.
yep.
My
Yeah.
daughter's into edible gummies. And I'm like, gummies take too long.
I had a bad thing with gummy.
Well, you don't take a. I
300 milligrams.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I didn't realize, I thought it was 25, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take half of it. So I figured it's like 12 and a half. So when I tore it, I tore in like 2/3. It was a 500 milligram block, and I took that shit, and my subconscious, the TV, and my inner self was having arguments.
Oh, my God. There's a guy on TikTok that I follow. His channel name is Stoner Gump. He talks just like Forrest Gump, but he's a stoner, like big time stoner. And he's just hilarious to listen to. Probably one of the only people on there. He can make a 5-minute long video and I will watch the whole thing.
My wife usually gets up for work at 6 when she was working graveyard. And I went in there at 5 o'clock and woke her up to tell her that she had to be up and ready or start getting ready for work in an hour. I was so, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was standing there all gap mouth and never again. Then I found out later, a buddy of mine, he did it on purpose. He thought
Oh
I figured
God.
little ones.
He was probably laughing his ass off. Like, I'm gonna send him on a trip, a big time trip.
It took me 3 hours to get to where it was just normal. Like, yeah, all right.
Now, back 20 plus years ago, I'd have been fine on that. But now it's like, if I want to stay like mellow, I'll just mix some in with my regular cigarettes because I make my own cigarettes and just stay kind of numb all day long.
Yeah, a buddy of mine used to, he called him cigweed. He rolled his own.
Mhm. But the other night, I get up because I get emailed and I'm like, all right, I got to make a video about this. I go to make a cigarette and my cigarette tool injector thing breaks.
Huh.
It's midnight. There's nothing open.
Oh
Well,
no.
no smoke shop. So I have to get in the car, go to Quick Trip, and get the cheapest pack of cigarettes, which are $7
For the cheapest?
for the cheapest. $7.
You ever get in a hard spot, look for these cigarettes they call a LD. They taste like a Marlboro, but they're only like $5.
This was some Pall Mall new brand that they came out with. And my God, they were nasty. I'm like, never again. And I asked the guy, I'm like, how much are name brand cigarettes? He goes, like what? Like Marlboros or Camels. Marlboros were $10.75 a pack.
Huh.
There's some kind here. I don't know what it is, and they're like $3 a pack.
Damn.
It's the
I don't
cheapest.
know if you're close to a reservation store down. Somebody told me you can get those Indian cigarettes. I forget what the name of them are now, but they're $10 here. But you can go down there and get them for a couple dollars a pack, $1.50 a pack. They're I can't remember the name of them. They're a name brand. Oh,
But yeah,
hell.
my rollies for a bag of tobacco and a carton of tubes, it's like $16.
Yes.
And of course, I tried to get my daughter to do it, and I was like, this is the tobacco you get. These are the tubes you get. They're not the cheapest ones. What does she do? Goes out and gets the cheapest ones and ends up throwing 3/4 of the carton of tubes out because they won't fit over the damn injector.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
and I
Why, you
was
ever
like,
order off that place where I get mine?
someone told me Dollar General sells them here, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I would trust them. I don't know.
Those are them hot rod tubes. They suck.
Okay.
a friend of mine from my hometown. Now, this is a hometown of like 400 people in Podunk, Missouri. He was all like, we got a Dollar General now. And I'm like, are you serious? 400 people. I mean, there's only one stoplight. And if
Yeah.
you've ever drove a stick shift car, you come into the town, you see the city limit sign, you push the clutch in, you roll to a stop. You're at the flashing four-way stop. You take off and get up to 55 miles an hour, you're on the other edge of town. That's
Yeah.
how small the town is. And it's like they put a Dollar General in. And I was like, why?
They put them everywhere. There's one out in the middle of nowhere where my mom lives, just out on a highway that's it's not even a town. It's just out there.
Yeah, we have tons of Dollar Generals and Dollar Trees and Family Dollars all over the place here. We even have some Dollar Trees that are self checkout now.
Wow.
There's a woman standing there watching them, but you got to check your own shit out.
Hmm.
And I'm like, nope.
So I wonder if it's to replace her. I mean, why would they pay her to just stand there and watch?
Well, she has to help everybody use the self checkout. It's the same way that
Yes,
Walmart works. You got the one or two, people there.
something's going to happen with the
If you screw
machine.
up or something, and it's like,
Yes,
and then everybody
yeah,
gripes because there's that one aisle in Dollar Tree that isn't, $1.25. I didn't realize this was $5. Oh, there's a big round price tag right on the shelf.
that's
My wife was all like, "Hey, Dollar Tree sells computer stuff now," and I'm like, "Okay, pick up a microphone and a pair of headphones from there." The microphone sounded like a really staticky CB radio, and the headphones, over the ear headphones, sounded like the old Walkman, on air foam
yeah,
ones. And I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
but they had
No.
pretty lights on them. It's like, no, I didn't even bother making a video about it.
See, and I miss the old stores. Um, it may have been called an IGA.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what that stands for, and I worked there. Um, that was like my second job, and hardwood floors. But you would go in, and they had rows of the canned foods, and then the box foods, and like um, not boxed macaroni and cheese, anything like that. It was just
Mm-hmm.
uh, Bisquick, stuff like that, I guess.
That's one of the nice things about my new apartment. It's got a pantry.
Yes, that's cool.
And I'll be like, yes, a pantry.
But you could find anything at that store. At the back had the butcher where he butchered it right there, and he even did barbecue buns that he would sell on Saturdays. And then on the end aisle, they sold shoes and blue jeans and sewing stuff, fabrics.
Yeah, we have a Fry's grocery store here, which back east is Kroger. And if I ever get over in that neighborhood, it's all the way across town. They have a tortilla factory in the back.
Oh, wow.
Like they make, like, the big round ones, and they make chips and everything.
Yes.
I've been meaning to get over there to do a video on it, because it's not like your normal grocery store. It's like a grocery store in the middle and little shops around the outside of it. But it's all under one roof.
Yeah.
It's like there's a tattoo shop in there and an insurance place and
So you're all about convenience.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Which is one of the reasons I live in Phoenix.
Right.
You can find everything here, and everybody's like, "Well, I live out in the middle of nowhere," and I'm like, when I had my first heart attack when I was 35, I'd have been dead if I didn't live with an ambulance service and a hospital close. Because that was the one that they had to do the clear jumpstart.
That is one of the downfalls of living out away from Our closest hospital is 25 miles, and I don't like that one at all. The one I do like is 35 miles.
Yeah,
And
Chuck just left a private message.
he's
Have
having,
have a good night, Chuck, if you can hear me.
aw,
I
got emailed a thing from StreamYard.
Hi, y'all. I hope you hear this.
Yep, heard you, Chuck.
yep, really loud and clear.
I got emailed a thing from StreamYard that and it was only for the next 9 days, and I wish we would have had the money for it, but man, we're pinching every nickel and dime that we possibly can to afford this move. But it was $10 a month forever. But it wasn't like the full StreamYard Pro where you can restream to like 8 or 9 different platforms. This was you could
Night.
restream to 3 different platforms but still stream in 1080p with the unlimited streaming.
See, I don't know anything about that. I use a laptop with the microphone that's on the laptop, and it just, if it quits working, that's it.
Well, the mic that I use is $25 on Amazon. Everybody always thinks that it's like some high dollar microphone, and I'm like, it's $25. I did a
Really?
video of it on my channel, showed the Amazon link. My newest microphone is a set of wireless mics for my phone. They work amazing. My daughter bought my granddaughter for her birthday a very fancy Power Wheels Jeep that plays music and stuff, and it's got an SD card slot in it. So I took the SD card home and loaded up a bunch of like kids' music and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 speakers, and she ran it down the road like almost a block away with the wireless mic on, and I still heard her.
Oh my goodness.
And really cool thing is it's Type C, but I got Type C to Type A USB adapter that I got from Dollar Tree. If I plug the receiver into my uh, computer, 2 people could sit here and talk on microphones, their own mics, and it doesn't do that weird interference stuff.
Well, that's good.
And I'm like, man, this is freaking cool. And they were only $40. One of the
So,
joys of getting a new cell phone is I got all these mics now I can't use because they're all headphone jack. My new phone doesn't have headphone jack.
yeah. So, do I sound
You
bad?
sound absolutely fine.
Oh, okay. I
You
mean,
you
'cause I
sound
can,
you sound tons better than the guy I was doing the podcast with.
okay. I don't know. I never know how I sound if I'm too loud.
No, you are absolutely fine.
Because everybody kept telling me they couldn't hear me, so my volume is up as high as it'll go. And but sometimes I'll re-listen to something that was said on a past video, and it just seems like I am so loud to me. But
Nope. You are sounding perfectly fine.
like,
Here's something that bugs me, and it's a YouTube problem. Because I watch a lot of YouTube shorts.
mm-hmm.
The volume is like you got some that are here and some that are here and some that are way up here. And it's like, YouTube, why can't you level the volume out? I can do it in my editing software.
Yeah.
I just hit a button that says level volume, and no matter if I got a video playing and I'm talking about, the volume's all the same.
You know how long that would take them? Unless they made it an automatic.
Yeah, they could make it an automatic thing
Yeah.
because TikTok doesn't have the weird volume issue,
Thank you
but
so much, Ann.
but
Appreciate that.
YouTube sure. The hell was that? Oh, I can't wait till we move. My nice apartment complex here has turned into ghetto central.
Oh, no.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
afraid that that's going to start happening in a lot of places. Chuck was telling us last night that Shreveport, that um, how the neighborhoods keep changing every time the city annexes in more going out
yeah.
of the city limits, that those neighborhoods, the people get all mad and they just get
Well,
overrun.
yeah. I mean, because if you think about it, you weren't paying city taxes; you were paying county
Yes.
taxes. But now you got to pay county and city taxes
City.
and go
Yep.
by city laws.
Yep.
Phoenix is
Yeah.
doing that big time. I bet in the next 15 years, there won't be a bit of open desert between here and Tucson.
Goodness.
How
I can
big
relate
it's
it.
growing.
Yeah. I know Phoenix is big. I have a
I mean, I live in
niece that
downtown
lives there.
Phoenix. I live
Okay.
like a mile away from downtown Phoenix. My daughter lives in North Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
It's 40-mile drive in town to get
Whoa.
from my home to her home. We're still in Phoenix.
Wow.
I'm gonna make a video one day on my Arizona channel because I got a travel channel called Explore Arizona. You guys can look this up on a map. Uh, there's a road called Grand Avenue. It turns into like Arizona 60 that runs from Phoenix to Vegas. Well, we have loops around Phoenix. We have Loop 101, Loop 202, then Loop 303, which is like part of a loop because they haven't brought it all the way around. I'm going to
Yes.
start out at Loop 303 and Grand Avenue and drive, making a video all the way to Queen Creek. And I bet it's going to be a 2.5 hour trip.
Golly.
Yeah, still in town. And I'm not talking 2.5 hour trip, stoplight to stoplight. No, I'm talking 2.5 hour trip running 55, 60, 70 miles an hour.
But then it's bigger than San Antonio.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
twice the size. Because I can make it across San Antonio in an hour.
But yeah, my wife's all happy about we found this place that ticked all of our boxes and some that we didn't even know we had. Because every apartment complex here is 2-story up to like 30 stories. And I didn't want stairs, but I can't stand anybody living above me. Every time I've had somebody live above
Yes.
me, they've got kids, they stomp around, and it's like, I need quiet. I'm making videos. And this apartment complex is 2 and 3 stories, most of it. But there's a few apartments that are on the corner that are just 1 story only.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yes, this is perfect.
That's
Even though
good.
my wife's not too keen about me putting my studio in the living room. And I'm like, well, it's either my studio or the gym stuff goes in the living room. I'd rather have the gym stuff in the spare bedroom. Because it's a little weird when people come over, they've never been to your place, and they see that you don't have any furniture in your living room. You've got gym stuff in there. Like here's a professional treadmill, and here's a professional exercise bike, and here's a weight rack.
Oh goodness, and
Oh my God.
yeah.
I've actually had to turn the heat on here for a couple nights. We had a couple nights where it was like when my wife was leaving for work at 5 a.m., it was
Mhm.
45 degrees. And
Yeah.
yes, I know that's not cold for everybody else, but 4 months ago was 110.
Yes.
It's called perspective.
So we were saying last night they because Chuck's in Texas and Nunya, Texas came and David in he's from Texas. He was up on panel and we were all yeah, it's too cold for Texas already and I said, but wasn't it just a couple of months ago we were complaining about
Mm,
110 and 120?
yep. It
Because
was funny when me and my wife got back from Ohio. It was like 60 and rainy the whole time, except for the day of the wedding. It was overcast that day, but it wasn't rainy.
oh
Thank
wow.
God, because we took a bunch of pictures outside.
Yeah.
And we get back to Phoenix and we get out of the car and it's 85 here. And we're all like, oh, it's so warm. Finally. We were, I mean, hell, going through from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Flagstaff. You start out at 4,000 feet and you go up to 8,000 feet.
Yes.
It was cold. And then trying to get down from Flagstaff, they're widening I-17 from Flagstaff to Phoenix,
Hmm.
and they want to get it done as soon as possible. So that 2.5 hour trip is a construction zone all the way down. And it took because I was driving, and it took my wife being like, "All right, you got to scoot over a little bit." It took both of us to get down that mountain, and a
Wow.
2.5 hour trip took 5 hours.
Is Flagstaff where they have the hot air balloon
No, that's Albuquerque.
Albuquerque?
But
That's where,
they have that awesome hot air balloon festival.
yeah.
And if you guys have never seen that, it's worth the trip. But I would say because I went there one time, book your hotel room 6 months in advance
Yeah.
and fly in and take Uber because the parking is horrible.
My aunt lived there. And so my grandmother and mother got to go to one. I have the t shirt. I've never been, but the pictures looks
Yeah,
pretty
it's
amazing.
the time I went, there was one guy that had this humongous hot air balloon. And I walked over and, started talking to him. Come to find out, he sent the measurements in feet to a company that built his hot air balloon in England.
Oh,
And they
wow.
changed feet to meters. So it was like 3.5 times the size.
Oh,
And they,
no.
they wanted him to pay all this extra money. And he was like, hey, I sent it to you in the measurements that I use with my address. I'm only paying what we originally agreed on.
Yeah. They
But
should have asked.
he had like 6 gas blowers in it, and I swear you could park a school bus in the basket. It was that big. Well, I am an older brother, David. Older brother. Well, I think he might still be alive. He's locked up in a prison in the state of Missouri. Yeah, my younger brother, uh, big into drinking and drugs, and he had a 2 story house. Well, his uh, girlfriend and kids were upstairs. The bedroom that they were in were right above the living room. My brother pulls out his gun and starts blasting the ceiling in the living room. So he got like 10 years for like a whole bunch of different charges. And it's like, don't drop the soap on me.
Yeah. I'm sorry that he's in.
I'm not. I
What?
left that lifestyle, and well, I was talking to my dad till my third wife died. And, you know, I've got two stepkids, a stepdaughter and a stepson that now are parentless. Besides for me, my dad's got this like 3,000 square foot 2-story house. It's got like 5 bedrooms in it. I'd already talked to my old job, my old boss, and he's like, "Yeah, as soon as you show back up in town, swing by. We'll get you back on the crew, and you can start working again." Well, my dad was like, "Well, you can come back, but I don't want them fucking kids coming back because they're not your kids." And I was like, "Yeah, screw you. You're dead to me." And I haven't talked to him since then. And that was 12 years ago.
Mm,
The only person I talked to is my aunt, who told me that my brother was in prison. And I'm like, well, I kind of figured that because all of his social media had stopped posting it right around the same time. And
yeah.
and then of course I went, searching everywhere and stuff, and I found all this stuff and found his mug shot and everything. And I'm like, oh my God. And my brother he's like 6'8" and like 400 pounds. So
Wow.
he's always used his size to his advantage, but he can't fight to save his life. He's never had to. He used his size as a intimidation.
Yes. 1973. Goodness, Jen. That's cool.
That was the year before I was born. That's a long time ago. Oh, I wonder why my phone was like beeping. My light was on, and my phone was like overheating, overheating.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my wife said this phone has to last a minimum of 3 years. Then we could get you a new phone. Because when I was doing rallies and stuff here during the summer, I went through two phones in one summer. One of the phones literally melted, and the second one overheated so much that it killed the battery on it. Because when you're filming and it's 110 outside and you're in the sun, it's really hard on cell phones. But I'm not doing rallies anymore. No matter how many protests and shit we do here, and how much proof that we have that the current governor of this state stole the election, nothing changes.
No.
And every
That's the
time,
one thing I don't understand. All the proof is out there. It's like
yeah,
every time they uncover something, everybody's like, "Ooh, there it is. Now something's going to happen." And it didn't.
like I guarantee you, you could walk out my front door tomorrow, 4 p.m. when everybody's getting home from work. We have 105 apartments here. You can knock on every single door, and you might find two people that voted for Katie Hobbs. The rest voted for Carrie Lake. But yet, Katie Hobbs won. Yeah, Katie Hobbs was also the Secretary of State, which the Secretary of State here is in charge of the election. She was in charge of her own election. That's that's just some shady shit right there.
Yep. It
There's
all
all
is.
there's all kinds of videos about her running from Project Veritas. I put one up on my channel, boom, strike. I wait till the strike goes away. I put another one up, boom, strike. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess YouTube is on the side of Kitty Hobbs,
Of course.
which that's another thing. I'm strike free on my channel. And I'm like, I don't think the whole time, the whole 5 years I've been doing this, I don't think I've ever been strike free.
Wow.
And yes, I know somebody's going to go look at my channel and be like, you've only had your channel for a year and a half. Second channel, my first one that had 3,000 subscribers that I got monetized right when I hit like $98. Because how the monetization payout works, you only get paid out when you make $100. Then YouTube pays you. I was at
Mm,
$8 and boom, banned. And I'm like, I
of
wonder how
course.
many people they do that to so they don't have to pay out anything.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody's like, oh, come on, man, that's just a conspiracy theory. And I'm like, well, no, think about it. Of all the millions of people that are on this platform, if you say, 10 per day that, are almost ready to get paid out. So just round it up to $100. That's $1,000 there per day. And that's just with 10 people. If you take that 10 people and you say it's 100 people, that number goes up substantially.
I don't know how any of that works. Not monetized.
Well, I'm about
Let's
this
see.
close to getting this channel monetized.
Yeah.
I would have been monetized if I wouldn't have got sick or whatever's going on with me after the trip.
Yeah.
Because I was putting out like 5 videos every single day. That's why I went to Ohio to film a wedding, because my wife was just going to fly in because she was in a wedding. And I was like, well, we could just drive so I can film it. That'll be our gift to them. Funny part was about a week later, when the professional photographer that they spent, thousands of dollars on gave them her pictures, they called me and said that my pictures were better than the professional photographers. All I did was shoot them on my phone. And I'm like, that's pretty bad when this sourpuss of a professional photographer can't do better than a old fat guy with his cell phone.
Well, some cell phones do take good pictures. I've been trying with mine. Mine really takes pretty pictures. But my daughter, and she'll be standing right beside me, and they look totally different. And I don't know what kind of phone she has, but it does take good pictures.
Well, and Samsung just came out with a new version of this. This is the Galaxy S21 FE. It's almost a flagship phone without the flagship price. They just came out with the S23 FE, which my wife was like, no, you're not getting the S23 for another 3 years. And I'm like, there isn't much difference. Because as soon as I heard that it was out, I went and checked videos on it, and it's got a little bit better processor, but that's about it.
Yeah.
This is way cheaper than a flagship phone.
Yeah.
It was $700 instead of $1,000 for the same thing.
Goodness, I've never paid that much for a phone.
Well, I got
$200.
tired of like, oh, here, I got this $100 phone, And, a month and a half later, the phone's garbage.
Yeah.
And then my daughter gave me her old Galaxy S9 Plus, because I was always like, I don't need a flagship phone. I don't need all that stuff. Well, once I got that phone, and it was like 4 years old then, I was like, and it's just for the camera, because it's
Yeah.
got a pro photo and pro video setting on the camera. Oh, that makes all the difference. And this can film in 4K,
Mm.
take photos and everything in 4K. Because then, say you're doing a video in 4K and you want to zoom in on something, you don't lose the clarity when you zoom in on a 4K image as if you did it in 1080 and you zoomed in.
Well,
After I figured out how to use all the fancy like ISO and shutter speed and all this stuff, just sucks
um,
that there's no headphone jack.
then you need to get you some wireless headset.
Yeah, I have a wireless headset,
Yeah.
2 wireless mics. I got the Boya wire wireless set, and then I got a Rode video mic Me C. It's the Rode little shotgun mic, but it's got a Type C uh, port on it. It works great. I have the Galaxy S21 FE. The FE stands for Fan Edition. Which, if you use the phone like I do, for it's your main camera. But my wife got the Pixel 6a, and that camera is almost as good. It's not Android, it's Google version of Android, which is a whole learning experience on its own, trying to learn how to use it. But once you figure it out, it's perfectly fine. But it's got a really good camera. And it's got a feature on there where you can just take a photo and like circle something and tap on it, and whatever's in that photo in that circle just goes poof, gone. Which makes taking photos so much easier when you ain't got to worry about stuff being in the photo. And it uses AI to fill in the part that was taken out.
Yeah.
It's called Magic Eraser.
Well, I'm going to have to close this down because something has come up.
All right.
But I really appreciate you coming up and talking to me, Broken Patriot.
Well, thank you. Normally, everybody's like, "Oh my God, here comes Broken Patriot! Run, hide!" I've seen it way too much, and I'm like, "Sorry, I tend to take over everybody's live streams and podcasts and stuff. This is all I do. I sit here and talk."
I think this is the first time I've had you
Yeah.
that you have, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it was good talking to you, and it was good talking to everybody in chat. And
Yeah.
I hope that you get that taken care of and that it all works out for you, hon. That sounds pretty painful.
Yeah. Well, I just want to have what little bit of energy I had prior to this back. I
Yeah.
probably picked up some from some nasty fucking truck stop.
Mm.
All right, everybody. Peace out. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Good night. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. We just got to keep trying to do better. Don't let any of this stuff get to you. Stay positive. Love y'all. God bless you. Have a good night.